Moving fast. This is a night market. You can't see me, but night market. So we do be needing lights in here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I need to get a light. I have a giant, like a little light, but it's so freaking bright. So I'm gonna slap this light on first. It'll be like a little chandelier. Hopefully. Okay. Holy crap. All right, let's just get the tent set up. Everything else can come after. Okay. Just that, yeah, if you could help. Thank you. That's hard to do that on your own. Appreciate it. We are setting up. Yeah, it should start. It's either supposed to start right now or it is a night market. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of really good vendors here. I used to I've shopped here. And then I was like, I want to sell here. Yeah. All right, let's put out some of these.
Like sachets for the closets?
They are like it's called a simmer pot. You can put it in like yeah, you could like in a maybe a mesh bag.
Yeah.
You can also put it in some simmering water, and it'll be it's like a fruit soup kind of, but I wouldn't. I guess you could eat it, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
Not much in there to eat. Yeah, of course. I'm impressed. A couple aesthetic. Let's see. Oh, quick check-in. It's 7 o'clock, so I got about 2.5 hours left. Doing okay. We'll see. But I need to charge my phone, so I'm gonna unplug my mic and go do that. I'll check in a little bit. It's 8:45. I got about 45 minutes left until the market is over. Doing pretty good. Picked up a little bit. Have my jacket on now because we got a little chilly. But we'll talk about sales later once we wrap things up. Good morning. It's the next day. I just wanted to pack up and go home, so I didn't film any of the packing up or anything last night. It was late. I didn't leave until 10:15 p.m. So it took me about 45 minutes to break down my set, but then like go retrieve my car and then pull up to grab my stuff. So not too bad. Looking at my sales reports from yesterday, I netted at $270 on my Square app, and then I did a few more sales on Venmo and a few cash sales that I did not take into consideration here. So probably about $300 worth of sales yesterday. Not bad. I actually, the first hour of the market, I got really worried because it was very slow. I don't think I made a sale in the first hour, so I was really anxious that I wasn't gonna make my booth fee. So with the booth fee for this market is $100, and then I actually had to pay parking. I had to pay for parking, which was $20 for the night. So I don't think that demographic for that market is quite what my stuff is selling to. I just don't think it was like the market for like nature inspired items. I was in kind of a downtown area with like restaurants and bars, and it's a very cute area. I've been there before, but I don't think it's necessarily for the clientele does not fit. Let's see if I can look up top sales. My number one thing was probably aprons, which is funny. I did sell quite a few of those. And then I sold quite a few candles. So I don't have all of my candles registered, or like, I don't have all my candles posted on Etsy. I just don't. I don't make a lot of sales on Etsy, but I have my Square synced up to my Etsy store. So I have to like manually enter some of my candles and aprons into my Square app, just because I don't want to pay for a listing fee for something that's probably not going to sell on Etsy. I think candles are a very oversaturated market in general. And while I love my candles and I cannot find other places that make the same scents that like I prefer, it's just like a huge market on Etsy. So I don't really, like, I have a few of them on there, but I don't have all of them. Definitely aprons was probably also a top contender. I am selling them for $20. They are also not on my Etsy shop because it's from my last brand, the Southern Kel, which was like a culinary focused thing. Yeah, since my aprons are from my last business, or just like my last evolution, then I haven't made any new ones. These are all from like a few years ago when I made a whole bunch for the holidays, and then I kind of struggled getting to enough markets to sell them all. But they're always very popular, it seems like, which I really love. I do think I will be making more aprons in the future. It will not be something for the holidays, but it will definitely be a future consideration because people are always looking at them and they're always asking about pinafores, which I sold my last one last night. So I actually started selling more keychains, which was kind of shocking. They're cute and they're like a great price for these fun little outdoor themed keychains, but again, this was not the clientele and demographic for nature inspired people, but there were a few people that did buy some keychains and they really liked the pumpkin queen. So awesome. I will keep them out, but I might consider like putting them in a basket so you can have to like sift through them maybe or something. I think overall, again, I probably will not do this market anymore. And that's fine. There's nothing on the market. It's actually the same vendor host that's hosted a lot of the markets I've done or am doing in December as well. I love them. I love most of them. I even like shopping at this one, but I don't think, again, just don't think I'm quite the fit. I'm excited for future markets. I have one next weekend. Guys, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I have my first Christmas market in Cary next weekend. It's a Christmas tree lighting market, so I'm very excited. It'll be at night. Also, night market, y'all. I bought this thing. It's a camping light from Amazon. Honestly, like everything's from Amazon, but it's this trifold light. I'm going to talk about this because if anyone's watching this that needs to like do night markets or even camp. So it looks like this, and it can hang. It can also stand, but it can hang. So I had this tied up to the top of my 10 by 10, and it hung about maybe 10 inches from the top. I had paracord, of course I did. And so I just hung it down, and then when I popped the tent up, it went up with it. This thing is so bright. I was shocked, honestly. Apparently, and I haven't tested this, and I probably will not risk it for next weekend's market, but apparently it's like 60 hours of light or something like that, which is bananas. And it's also got a power bank built in. Haven't tested that either. And then you can also like put it on a stand, and then it can like stand from the ground. So I also haven't tested that. I just literally hung it and used it last night for 4 hours, and it was super bright. This Christmas market, I'm very excited for, and I hope I have time to sew everything, which I don't know if I'd do. This pile behind me is unquilted, so this is all I have left to quilt, which isn't a ton. And I have a ton of it quilted, all of my inserts cut out, most of my zippers measured and cut out, and I just printed out new fabric labels for my stuff. So I'm like in a pretty good place to get all of that cranked out. My hope and dream is I have a line of Sherpa products that I want to get out for Christmas. I don't know if I'm going to have any for this market, but I do have a 4-day market coming up in December that I need a lot of product for. So I've got a ton of Sherpa. I got to go babysit some babies that I love. My precious, precious friends' babies. So I'm going to stop here. I'll see you next week. Bye.